So before we begin the subject of this video, I strongly advise every single one of you, and I do mean every single one of you, to pay closely attention to what I have to say. Being in regards of which, for what you're about to see, is technically neutral based, though I have some negative opinions that I want to share. However, though, I'm saying this as more of a neutral base for it. So I advise that you pay close attention to what I have to say, so that way you do not mix up what I say or be confused of what I'm trying to get across with my own points. That being said, let's begin. So the subject over this video matter is over a YouTube channel that's gone over a premise of 100,000 subscribers, who has made a extraordinary list of videos on a certain playlist, which is referred to as the Psycho series, which is made by the channel known as McJuggernuggets. However, for this playlist known as the Psycho series, it's composed of more than just the user itself who happens to run the channel, but however, though, in contribution to this whole sort of thing in some dysfunctional way, and like I'm saying, I'm not saying that this is giving in my standpoint. I'm not giving any conclusion that it's real or fake, but let's just stay along the point here that in some dysfunctional way that the older brother of this individual happens to contribute in that sort of way, and so does the father, because the father does play a big role within the Psycho series, and there are times where they have their mother within some of the video episodes. Now, the first episode that I was introduced to, that made the McJuggernuggets channel introduced to me, was the video of the father who mowed over his son's video games because he did not get a job, and he told him to get a job to pay some of his rent, and he went over mowing some of his own video games. Now, there are more episodes of the Psycho series before and after that events of the mowing of the video games that took place. However, though, that's not the basis of what I'm trying to explain here. There are many things about the Psycho series that at first when I saw them, I started laughing my ass off. I was fucking amused as shit because this functionality sort of became something that entertained me. But as time began rolling on, it's gotten me wondering about something. There are few things on both ends regarding to any point whether if it was real or fake. Like I said, I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm not even here for you to take my word for it. This is not me trying to base up fact. It's not even here for me to even base my own opinion. But something about these two spectrums right here has really got me thinking about something, and it's really taken to the turn where it really pisses me off about something, just in a reality check. So, in regards, when we look at two of these certain spectrums, which I will get in here to in a minute, one spectrum being the fake one, the other spectrum being the real one. And a whole lot of people in the audience are contemplating and arguing and bitching at each other and going on and over again. It's real, all right, or no, this is all fake. Now, like I said before, I'm not drawing any of these conclusions, but I am just going to point out some things that, whether if it was real or whether if it was fake, two things that I wanted to point out that really kind of pissed me off in not a very good way, but in a way of, like I said, it's a reality check for you. So before I explain my reasons and a little bit of the references to why it kind of pisses me off, let me just get into a little bit of detail about this sort of thing. So within the Psycho series, there's the series of 14 episodes which conclude to that. The very first episode that I believe was The Father Destroys Xbox 360. Now, many things about this is the dysfunctionality between that. Within, I guess let's just put it like in a story setting. The son, who happens to run the channel, does something to piss off his father. Father gets pissed off, ends up destroying an Xbox or any other device that he has. A whole lot of people on many sides of arguments saying that, he shouldn't have done that, or his father shouldn't have done that, his father's an asshole, or him being a stuck-up jerk or whatever, not getting a job and whatnot, or doing what he's not told. Like I said, we're doing the first episode here, so as we're tracking on. But one episode, I really kind of put a little bit of relevant to it because it's, I guess, his brother cutting off his hair with a pair of scissors. But of course, we also have the mowing of the games. We already have that episode concluded. this isn't going in any in complete order, but we also have one where his father drowns his Xbox 360 doing what he's not supposed to, making a commitment that he wouldn't play video games until he got a job. And then we have another episode where his father gets extraordinarily pissed off, throws his Xbox 360 in the back of his car, breaking his window because he found out that he got money from his mother. In other words, leeching off, according to what the father is concluding within his mind, within that sort of thing. You can kind of tell by the angry look on his face. So that's the sort of thing, that's what's really concluding with. And then we have the Thanksgiving one. That one seemed to be extraordinarily surprising. And a whole lot of people began speculating to that point after the Christmas one that it was completely fake. Now, bearing one more time, I'm going to say it one more time, that I'm not making any assumptions, hypothesis, conclusions, or complete concrete answers, whether if it's real or fake. It's not even an opinion, it's not even the fact that I'm choosing, but there's some things about both sides of whether it being real or fake that I want to conclude, so let's get to the point of it right now. First, we'll start off with the fake spectrum. Now, this is the one I've been contemplating really the most about why it's been going on and why it continuously pisses me off, despite the fact that I've had my share of laughs, ha ha ha, out of the sort of entertainment for that sole purpose. So within that part of being fake, every single Xbox or device which this person, McJuggernuggets, well, I'll just refer to him as, seems to always get in trouble, and his father ends up destroying that sort of thing, or his device, his Xbox 360, his Xbox One, from what recent now is one of his TVs that he live streams, that sort of thing. So let's just say whether in that case, let's say this was fake. So for the audience's entertainment, the Xbox this is over thousands of dollars of electronics being destroyed. I mean, along with the son McJuggernuggets destroying his father's TV counts as one of them, obviously. But let's just say that it was solely used for the value of entertainment for the audience themselves. This is the part where it starts to baffle me, because many people out in the world do not have these sort of things like Xbox 360s, Xbox Ones, the TVs that keep going now and then, PSPs, PS Vitas, any sort of electronic. There are people in the world that don't have these sort of things. They can't enjoy them because, for one, they can't either afford them, they don't own one, and, they're having tough times. And so, with these valuable Xbox 360s and such, these devices, which they completely work, because you can tell within the videos that they completely work, end up being destroyed. And of course, we also go into that part where you see that sort of confrontation between the son and the father, and that's where shit gets kind of intense. So, but when you look at it that way, if it was coming from a fake spectrum, it would really kind of piss me off by seeing that. It reminds me of the Smash Doctor, and yes, it's a dramatized version of the Smash Doctor, and if you're not familiar with who the Smash Doctor is, just like what you're seeing within the Psycho series, although it differentiates a little bit, because with the Smash Doctor, he shows many ways of smashing a fucking console, as opposed to the Psycho series, which is continuously destroying that sort of thing. Maybe in some different way, but what you're seeing is kind of technically the dramatized version of the Smash Doctor. And to me, it really just seems like it's very bland and very repetitive, and it just seems to be going over and over again. But like I said, that's not me drawing to the conclusion that it's fake. That is just me drawing to a opinion about that spectrum of why it would piss me off that people who can't enjoy these sort of things because equipment like this gets destroyed just for the sole purpose of entertainment. I mean, if this is really entertaining content, then holy shit. Now, like I said, guilty as I am, I've had my laughs out of this sort of thing, but me growing out of this sort of content has made me realize this sort of thing. So that's what I wanted to say about the fake spectrum. Now for the real spectrum. This is the part right here I've also been thinking about saying that whether if it was real. The situation with regard which is putting myself in technically the parent's foot in this sort of manner. Now, a lot of people are still going to be saying, oh, well, it's the fathers who's being an asshole and all such. I'm not here to defend anyone. I'm going to be flat out honest. I'm not defending anyone except, and to the point, let's just look at it this way. When you're past a certain age in 20, and learning from this from real life that, I needed to get myself a job because really my ass was on the fucking line. But that's not justification for anything. But would you really have someone past the age of, for example, 23 who, like, if you were a parent and you had someone like your own kid past the age of 23 who has no job, who's continuously leeching off of you, living in your house, sitting on their ass all day playing nothing but video games? Now, I'm not going to get into the discussion of whether playing video games on a live stream is a job or not. I consider that more of a privilege, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Would you really have someone like your own son past the age of 23 with no job, leeching off of you? So when he gets a console destroyed, he would get his mother to buy him a new one. That's not the sort of kid that I want to be fucking raising. If I were to have a kid that, like I said before, sits on his ass all day, plays nothing but video games, with no job, I sincerely would not want something like that. Nor do I want a kid like that. And of course, especially the dysfunctionality of it is also a bonus added to that sort of thing. So we could say with that, in the real spectrum as well. Even in addition to the spectrum as well. I can get from where I can get where the son is coming from, and I can get where the father is coming from. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be defending each side, but I am just saying that I wouldn't have a son like that to be leeching off me, to be asking for constantly over for his mom to buy him constantly a new Xbox or a new type of fucking console. I wouldn't constantly go over and destroy fucking consoles over and over and over and over again. That's just not the sort of person I would be. But that's, like I say, that's me. That's the sort of thing. So those are my opinions on both sides of the spectrum. Now, before any of you Juggy fans out there get rabid or fucking hyenas or whatever, just let you know that's my sort of thing. Don't like it? Sorry, fuck off. Deal with it or sue me, because these are just the two things that I have just been contemplating within my mind. And these are just my opinions that I wanted to share. Not the opinion or the fact I'm talking about whether it's real or fake, but the opinions from both sides of the spectrums regarding whether if it was real or fact. Pay close attention to that part, because like I said, the only thing that I'm expressing the opinion part here is about what's something that pisses me off on one side onto another. And the question that you may be asking is, well, why is this such a big fucking deal to you, thrash metal guru? Well, sorry, I mean, like I said, guilty as enough as I've watched this content before and had my fucking laughs out of it. I would really not want to continuously want to watch the content, and yes, I will stop watching, but I would not keep watching content, whether it being fake, to watch consoles immediately being destroyed over and over again, very high valuable stuff being destroyed over and over again, when there are other people in the world that could use that sort of stuff. On the other hand, if it was real, like I said, I would not want to have a son like that leeching off of me, nor would I want to have, let's say in that instance, a father continuously breaking stuff. Now, if he did pay for it, maybe. If his son paid for it, then that's another thing. But anyways, those are the sides of the spectrums that I'm pointing out here as well. So I really don't give a shit about anything else that I had to say further. That's the sort of detail. So before you guys start getting rabid and start just acting like hound dogs for my unpopular opinion, go right ahead, do what you want. But that's just the sort of thing. So like I said, sue me, fuck off, or deal with it. So anyways, that's my message to you guys. I'm the Thrash Guru. You guys have a good night. So see you later.